So we're going to break down each piece of this flow, and then we're going to kind of sync each piece together, okay? So we'll start in that primal position. We're just our hands and toes, okay? First part is going to be a crawl, super simple. I'm going to take that left hand, that right foot, step and bolt forward. Right hand, left foot, step and bolt forward. All right, we're going to take about 4 crawls forward, about 4 crawls backwards. Should end up right in the same place. All right, so what we're looking for, back and forth here, what we're looking for is that low back and stay nice and still. All right, imagine you have that glass of water on the middle of your low back. Want to not spill a drop. All right, so small steps, in control, back to the start, and relax. Simple. All right, number 1, primal crawl. Got, check. Number 2, we're doing an under switch, okay? If you've never done this before, we're in this primal position. I'm going to take one knee. I'm going to start with my right knee. I'm going to drag that right knee across the ground as I rotate those hips over. Pull that foot out, plant it down, and I'm in like a single arm kind of crab walk position or bridge position, okay? Reverse that. I'm going to take that same foot, that right knee. I'm just going to reverse that right back underneath, back to that primal, okay? Same side again. My right knee comes up on under, plant that foot, I'm in that bridge position, reverse, back to primal. Okay, left side, left knee comes up underneath, plant that foot, I'm in that single arm bridge, and back under. One more time, switching underneath. Hold this bridge position for a second. So I want you to notice that my left hand is now supporting a large portion of my weight. This arm is very actively pressing down. Go ahead and come up under that. So just like that primal position that we worked at in the very beginning, actively kind of pressing down into the ground, it's going to be super, super important as we're going through this bridge position. Because if this hand, this supporting hand is not strong, right, I'm falling down, wrist is in trouble, all right? So I want you to actively press into that ground, create that tension so we have a good, strong support as we rotate underneath, okay? Boom, that's your under switch. Now we're going to kind of reverse that, flip it and reverse it into an over switch, okay? So if I'm talking about my right foot, if I'm coming up underneath my body, that's my under switch. How do we go? How do we do an over switch? We go over top of my body. So I'm going to bring that right heel, I'm going to bring that up and over, and look at that, I'm right back in that bridge again. I'm going to bring that knee again up and over in there. Okay, that's your over switch. Same thing again, heel up and over, boom. All right, up and over again, boom. Come to the other side, left foot, up and over. You can leave that other hand and reach for the ground as soon as you need to, or take away, stay on the ground as long as you need to, okay? You have the flexibility on that. All right, that's the over switch. We're going over, switching the opposite direction, okay? You're going to start and end in the same position with the under switch and the over switch. You're just going to get there the opposite direction. All right, so that's the next piece. The second to last piece, a lot of pieces, is going to be a stand to rotation. All right, so from that primal position, all I'm going to do is going to hop those feet outside those hands and stand. We got that one, that's easy. Okay, I'm going to take my right hand, I'm going to reach across and up and for a rotation. All right, this seems super simple. What I'm looking for is this left foot is going to stay planted, pointed forward as I rotate. All right, so you're going to feel a little bit of a twist in that hip down through that leg. All right, we're just going to test that mobility a little bit. If you do need to cheat that foot out a little bit, if it's more painful than stretching, do not force it. Okay, but keep as much of that foot planted as you can, and we're going to be reaching across. Okay, we're going to have some good strength or good stretching through the hip. There you go. Opposite foot, plant that, reach across the other way. All right, that's the super simple part. And return back to start. We're going to hinge those hips. All right, in that good hinge position that we like to practice. We're going to try to get that hinge all the way down to the ground if we can. All right, bend those knees as much as you need to. Plant those hands down, and we're going to hop those feet back into that primal position, and then we're going to reverse that crawl. All right, That's everything, okay? So we have the primal position, we have the crawl, we have the under switch, we have the over switch, we have the stand to rotation, we have the hinge to reverse crawl, all right? We're gonna put that all together, we're gonna do it all at the same time, so you know exactly what this is supposed to look like. It's gonna get crazy, okay? Hopefully you're ready for it. So, hands and knees, all right? We're gonna start by spreading those fingers out, giving us a good base, pushing down into the ground, curl those toes underneath. We are in that primal position, and away we go. 4 steps going forward, 2, 3, 4. Remember that low back stays nice and strong. We're going to take that right foot, we're going to switch underneath, boom. We're going to come back under. We're going to take that left foot, we're going to go over, boom, come back. All right, now our left is going to come under, back, and right foot's going to go over and back. All right, we'll do that again in a minute. We're going to hop those feet up, stand and rotate. I'll rotate the other way. Hinge down, hands go to the ground, back to primal, and reverse crawl. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're back to the start, and we'll do it over again, okay? I want to cover that under over again, since that may have been really confusing. So what we're going to do is going to go right under and back to primal, left over, back to primal, left under, and back, right over, and back. All right? So right under, left over, left under, right over. Just to make it more and more confusing for you. That's why we're doing it that way. You got it. If you're listening to call outs, you'll find. So remember the call out, a right under switch is the leading foot. The call out is for the leading foot. So if I'm in that primal position, I say right under, that right is going to come under. Okay? Say right over, that right's going to go over. Okay? So that's going to be your lead, that's going to be your cue. So we're going to do that all together so we understand a little bit more of the flow. It's going to be a little bit more kind of on pace, and then we'll kind of do a free flow. It'll be fine. It'll be great. All right, so let's all bring it back into that prime position, knees up. Spread those fingers, create that tension through those arms. Pull the abs in nice and tight. We're going to do those forward walks, 4 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, now right is going to come under, back. Left is going to go over and back. Right's going to go over and back. No, I did that wrong. Left's supposed to be under and then back and then right over. See, I confused myself. It's under, over, over, under. Okay? Hopping those feet up. Rotate through. Rotate through. Big reach on those too. Don't just kind of just bring that arm up. I want you to actively reach as far as you can on those. Hinge. Hands down. Hopping back. And 4 good steps backwards. All right, we're going to go right into the round 2. All right, I'm going to take those 4 steps going back forward. I'm going to get it right this time. You guys got me in my head. All right, right underneath and back. Left over and back. Left under and back and right over and back. All right, hopping up. Big reach. Plant that foot. Big reach. Hinge. Hands down. Hopping back. And 4 steps going back. All right, there you have it. That's what it looks like. So we're going to do 2 minutes on the clock. I'm going to let you flow through that at your own pace. All right. So if you get off track, if you don't remember what the flow is, don't worry. I'll be doing it along with you. Just take a look up here. And just try to get back to that primal position after every movement. Okay. Everything's going to come back to that base position. So I call our base position, okay? It's going to be a very foundational, solid movement. So as we can get in there with everything all squared up, we should be good, okay? So again, if you get off track, just follow along with where I am. All those primal positions would be good spots to pick up from. Okay? 2 minutes on the clock. Let's go ahead and rock and roll. Okay? And at your own pace. I'm not going to do any call outs here. I'm just going to give you things to remember. Just always come back to that base position. So if you feel maybe a little bit intimidated by this flow in general, I want to encourage you to slow it down. All right, this is your practice. This is your movement. I want you to move on your terms. All right? If you need to take this a little bit slower, really focus on solidifying each position, all right, do that. If you want to just do those switches back and forth over and over, go for it. I probably just messed up again because I'm trying to talk to you. That's fine. I feel like I move relatively well. I feel like the memory is not quite there though, you know? Something that I work on. All right, we're gonna keep moving here. We got about another minute. Matching back and forth. So as I was talking about with the pacing of these movements, all right? A lot of times we get caught up in moving fast, all right? More speed equals more intensity. That's what we like to think. But in a session like this, sometimes moving more slowly is more effort, all right? So you can change that speed a little bit, going back and forth, all right? If you want to focus on your coordination, you can focus on that speed, all right? Otherwise, slow it down and focus on really solidifying those positions. Bring it back here, last couple seconds. Finish whatever round you're on. Bring it back to base and relax. Give you a second to breathe. Shake those arms out. All right. We got one more little flow to go through. This one's a lot fewer parts, so it'll be easier. Okay. So give a second, grab some water as you need it. Okay, so this one, we're gonna start, as always, in that primal position. Okay? Hands and feet. I'm gonna start again with my right foot. My right foot, we're gonna slide that right foot back and keep sliding, pushing back into kind of this collapsed bridge, like I'm just kind of hanging out position. Okay? Collapsed bridge is what we're calling this, or a side plank. It's fine. All right, so in this position, I'm going to put my right hand is out in front. I'm going to press down on that right hand. I'm going to press down on my left foot here to kind of do a little bit more solid of a lateral bridge. All right, and then that right foot that's extended behind, I'm going to pull that through. I'm going to kick that 90 degrees out. And then my foot got cut off. I'll move the camera in a second. All right, still strong in this bridge hand. All right, I'm going to pull that right foot back through, back to where it started in this collapsed bridge. I'm going to pull that back through into primal. All right, let me tilt this down a little bit so we can see. It's my table. All right, so primal position. Right foot sliding back, collapsed bridge. All right, pull that up and through, kicking it to the front. All right, my heel is on the ground. You don't have to keep that floated if you don't want to. Keep that heel down, it's fine. Pull that back through, kicking it back, pulling back through to primal. All right, we'll do the other side. All right, left foot goes back and through, pull that up, kick it 90 degrees out, pull it back, kick back, pull that through, primal. Okay, so we'll do one time each way together, and then we'll kind of let you go on your own. Okay, so up in the primal position, nice and strong. Spread those fingers, press those hands down through the ground. Right foot's gonna slide back. All right, bridging up. Right foot's gonna kick through. Pull that right foot back and place it back in that extended collapse bridge. Back to primal. Left foot sliding back. Pull the left through, 90 degrees out. Pull that back, slide it down, back to primal. All right, let's keep that flow going. We'll go about 90 seconds at your own pace. What we're looking for here is mobility of your hips, okay? If you find these are really difficult positions to get into, all right, take your time. All right, we're trying to keep our hips as little contact down on the ground as possible. So if you can, just get to each position. Think about like threading through. If you feel like a little bit of a break dancer, we're getting there. This is phase number 1. Trust me, I watched, what was that show, Made on MTV, the break dancer one. Yeah, I was trying to work on a 6-step. Oh yeah, great episode. All right, rotating back and through as necessary. Coming back to that base. Got about 10 more seconds. Finish strong here. Getting back to that base each time. Reestablish a position. Boom, boom. We're gonna go one more time each way. Since I already started this side. All right, if you're finishing up on your last side, we'll call it there. And relax. All right, we did it. Congratulations, you are a star. You made it through to the end of some strength flow. I don't really have any announcements, so I'm proud of you. You did an awesome job. Hopefully your hips feel very mobile. Hopefully your body feels very warm. Hopefully your body's still moving well after being inside for so long. When we got another update, we're hanging out here for a little bit longer. So keep working. You're gonna do great. All right, that's all for us today. We'll see you tomorrow for some morning mobility at 7 a.m., right? Great. We'll see you then. If not, have a great rest of the evening. And